The episode starts with Kartik going on Manish's call. Pandit gives prasad to Naira. She gives it to Vansh. Vansh says wow. I like this a lot. Vedika looks on and thinks why didn't she eat prasad. Liza thanks everyone for taking care of her. He says Naksh is just an amazing cook. Naksh says Naira told me about your fav dishes. You took care of her and Kairav. Liza says yes. She is my best friend. Bhabhimaa and Devyaani go to call Kirti and wish her for Teej. Naksh asks Liza to take rest. Liza gets Naira's message, we will know everything once Akhilesh comes. Liza prays to meet her BF. Vedika says did Naira keep the fast? Kartik says why will she keep the fast? She doesn't love me now. Can love ever change? Relation and situation changed. But love can't change. It's still there. I have to see her. I will find out. Naira feeds Kairav and Vansh. She gets a call. Kartik comes and sees her. He thinks I have to accept the truth. You broke this relation. Heart and hope. You left me. She goes. Vedika comes to see Naira. She sees Naira with food plate. She smiles and goes. She says it means Naira didn't keep the fast. Why will she keep the fast? I'm Kartik's wife. She is just his child's mom. She gets dizzy. Naira comes and pulls her back. Vedika falls down. Naira asks Kartik to see what happened to Vedika. She calls everyone. Kartik and everyone come. Dottie asks what happened. Naira says she got dizzy. She was falling down. I pulled her back. Dottie asks Samar to call a doctor. Vedika gets conscious. She asks what happened. Doctor says take care of her. Give her medicines regularly. Dottie asks her to take juice. Vedika says I'm fasting. Dottie says I will regret that your fast will breaka. Have the juice. Vedika says I remember. I got dizzy and someone balanced me before fall. Gayo says doctor said you can't fast. Vedika cries. Dottie asks her to calm down. Vedika says it was my first Teej. Dottie says it's fine. Drink the juice. Vedika says sorry Kartik. Kairav and Vansh come to Naira. They get leftover food. They say we will go with the guard. Kartik hears him and thinks I didn't see Kairav and Vansh in the room. It means. He asks Naira didn't she eat food? Naira asks him to think of himself. It's Teej. Your wife is Vedika. She needs you. Go to her and talk. He says you want to run away from me. Fine. But I will decide with whom I stay. She says I understood it well. Go now. He says you think I'm a fool. Answer me. Why didn't you eat food? You think just you are smart here. Someone knows you very well. Our relation was close and even now we are close. You were my wife and now you are my ex-wife. Why didn't you eat food? Tell me. She cries. Kairav and Vansh come. Kairav says I need to go to washroom. Naira takes him. Suwarna asks what are you thinking? Dottie asks what shall I ask Lord now? Suwarna says you are worried for Vedika's fast breaking. Vedika had prayed for Kartik. We will also pray. Dottie says I'm scared now. We know how much he loves Naira. This love won't get less. Don't know why I forced him for marriage. When he got married to Vedika, Naira came back. What shall I say? Whose bad fate is this? Ours. Kartik or Naira? Who came back? Vedika won't be able to make place in Kartik's heart. I feel guilty. Suwarna says no. We are paying for our deeds. Dottie says children are paying for this. What's Kairav's mistake? Suwarna says we have no answer for this. Manish and Suwarna come. Manish says I got a news. Kairav says why isn't anyone doing anything for festival? Vansh says they do it in evening. It will be special today. Kairav says I love dad's house. Vansh says we will look for speakers. They get speaker. The drawer falls. Vansh gets a phone. He says maybe someone kept it here. Kairav says switch it on and see. Vansh says it's locked. He gets a call and answers. Liza asks who are you? Vansh says you say first. She says sorry and ends call. She says who can this kid be? She gets Naira's call and says I got notification and my messages got delivered. I called and some kid answered. I got scared and disconnected. Naira says I have that number. I will try and see. Liza says hurry up. Naira calls on the number. Vansh answers. Vansh says battery finished. How will we know now? She calls again and gets number switched off. Kairav says we will keep it on charging. She says I will find out. Manish calls everyone. He says we had cool Davy case. The land was in dispute. Kartik says you said we may lose. Manish says yes. We have won. They all smile. Naira looks unhappily. Manish says it's 3,000 days that we had been fighting the case. Kartik congratulates Dottie. Dottie says after the hard work of 3,000 days. The cool Davy temple is ours now. They all clap. They celebrate and dance. Kartik sees Naira and stops. Naira hides. She smiles.